All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the Go Wellness Practice Accelerator Challenges. This is your host of today, Cade Archibald, and I'm joined by some badasses from Go Wellness. We got the awesome, incredible Shawnee Dunn. Shawnee, how's it going?
Great. How are you doing, Cade?
I'm doing well, really well. And along with her, we got the amazing Annie Asher. Annie, how you doing?
I'm awesome, like always, just living and happy about it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. And we got the OG himself, Reagan Archibald. Reagan, how you doing?
Doing great.
Killer. Well, we had an awesome event this last weekend, so we wanted to do a little bit of a recap and tell everybody what's to expect coming up in 2023.
Yeah. So session 4, the big takeaways we got, number one, we had Dr. Court there, and Buzz is just always, he brings a wealth of information for those of you who are implementing any kind of regenerative medicine, PRP, alpha-2 macroglobulin. If you've got, if you're using perinatal tissue or using any kind of stem cell therapy in your office, he is just produces the best product, insanely knowledgeable. So he spoke. Dr. Paula talked about sexual revitalization. And what did she use? The VidiFit?
The VFit. Yeah, it's a VFit. So yeah, it's for red light therapy for vaginal fitness.
And then she talked about some peptides like PT141, melanotan 2. I mean, she had some great insights on how to enhance sexuality and also to rejuvenate the vagina. We had one of our great Go Wellness members, Dr. Brenner, who's OBGYN, just really fascinated with what Dr. Paula had to say about that as well, and just overall women's health. And so good to have all the doctors there that were there, and all the great humans. And then on the other side, we had Dan talking about gut health. And so he went through, and it was so nice he started with the top and went, he called it north to south. So if you guys, if you weren't there and you missed it, go back and you'll want to watch Dan's presentation, because he starts at the top, the gut-brain axis, talks about chewing, smelling, the nerves. He had us all doing these little nerve activities to, it's a diagnostic tool that you can use with your patients, but you can use it for yourself. And then we also took a deep dive then after that is where we had our peptide party. And we have so many peptides to go through, and we were talking about stacking them, that we made it through about maybe 30% of all the great peptides. But what the Go Wellness participants got was the first ever released copy of our peptide handbook that Annie made. And maybe, I bet I could show that on this. So if you guys end up watching this on YouTube, or for those who are here tonight, I'll share with you the peptide handbook. This is the one that we have for East-West, which is just fine because it's the same content, but really the overall goal of session 4, here's the beautiful peptide handbook that Annie designed. So the peptide handbook, it has different structures of peptides for the reset, the recharge, and the restore phases in the Accelerate Wellness program. But it also is a way that as you're implementing this in your practice, you can start understanding some easy ways to, number one, turn off the stress response in the body by using Selenk, RG3, synapsin, and epitalin. And then we give you some basic understanding on the dosage. And then I tried to bring in the most interesting studies and research that I could find, and then create just some punchy headlines so that people, when they read these, whether you're a doctor or just a layperson who's interested in accelerating your health with peptides, you have a very simple template to go off of, so you can understand what each of these peptides do and how they optimize your genetic response in your body. And then we also passed around some peptides. what did you guys think about that? You know, all the peptides people were getting doped up on.
I loved it. I was getting jacked on those things though. I was like, whoa, I have so much energy. I don't even know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, snorting up some good stuff.
Yeah, the VIP was a hit. Yeah, so if you got the vasoactive intestinal peptide, people love Selenk, the RG3. People, I think RG3 synapsin is probably the one that got the biggest buzz. You know, people are talking about that a lot. So I thought it was a really fun time. But we didn't, you know, obviously we're never going to get through all the peptides unless we had like 2 weeks. But I think we got just enough where people know exactly where to start their program and why it's so critical to use these HPA axis resets in the very beginning before you start diving into other pathways. And so we spent a lot of time on that, and then going through some of the peptides for lean muscle, endurance. We talked about like semaglutide, tesamorelin, some of the immune peptides, but essentially this is our new peptide handbook. And it's a great handbook that our members can use. You know, if you're looking to educate your patients, if you're looking to educate yourself, it was, in my opinion, it's something that, you know, like Picasso said, it takes a long time to become young again. And it's just like the sculpture, you know, when you're sculpting, you know when to, you know, it's like, don't remove too much of the stone or someone, you know, a face will end up noseless. I think this handbook is a really good blend of science and you know, some captivating research without being overwhelming when people read it. What are your thoughts on I guess I'm just stating what I think my own work is, and part of it looks really damn sexy because of Annie, but just I guess what's your thoughts on the content in it?
Yeah, the content in it is it's freaking awesome. So if you think about having like just a workbook or a manual that just has all the best of the best peptides and what they can do, and just being able to jump in there and educate yourself, educate your team. You can even use it to educate patients. I think it's an amazing tool, and it is super sexy. Well done on that, Annie.
I try, guys. I really do. And I agree with you, Reagan. It's like you can chip away so far and add so much information, but I feel like it just muddies the content or the water at a certain point. Like this workbook's so awesome because it has all the bullet points. You know exactly what to use it for. If you need to research further down the line, you can, but it's just like a quick reference manual, and it just makes everything so much easier. So it's nice.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. And then, you know, as it goes without saying, anytime you're at Go Wellness, you're going to be fed really well. You're going to be cared for, probably better than you're cared for all year. And so we had a great dinner at Midway Mercantile. We were actually ate dinner in a room that's 144 years old. It was from 1878. And dinner was amazing. Great service, really a lot of laughs. And those are actually that's one of the reasons why we tell you all to come live, is because it's the conversations that are more meaningful than what you hear from on stage. It's the relationships you build, it's the laughter. And then we had a great party at my house, which was so close to the Zermatt. I mean, I live 0.4 miles away. So it was like, it was a dream come true for me. And, but yeah, then we had a great party on Saturday night, had the majority of the people over, plus we had some of my friends from the Valley come, and it was just great. So all in all, it was a very successful event. Great turnout. Really appreciate all the energy that was put into it. And, you know, thanks again for all the work, you know, Kate, Annie, Shani, that you put into it. It's just, my hat's off to you. And Shani, every time it becomes better and better on the video side, where it doesn't feel, it just is smooth and seamless. So well done on that. And so this leads us to our next, which is, what does 23 look like? What does the future of Go Wellness look like? And there's been some big challenges, you know, with COVID. what we learned is we can do a lot virtually. We love live in-person events, but the big danger is those live in-person events, because we are not just a consulting or coaching company or an academic or a information company. We're actually a company that does the work. And so we have our own clinics, as you guys know, and there's a lot of work to keep those going. And so what we realize will be best next year is we're going to have, we'll have live events. It will be 2 or 3 live events, and we're going to host more virtual events. So we're going to hold one time a month. We're going to have essentially like a boot camp. And so what will happen January 10th is, instead of doing weekly webinars, because we realize in hearing from some of our,
January 13th, not 10th.
Sorry, it's February 10th and March 10th, I think, are the next dates. And so, but we'll be doing the second Friday of every month will be our new webinar series. And so for you members, you have access to that. We're going to be inviting new members in as well. And so January 13th from 9 o'clock to noon. So every Friday morning is when we're going to be kicking these off. So set your calendar for that. We're doing that in place of these Monday evening events, just so we can have more participation, get more people engaged in it. And so so right now what we're looking at is 9 to 3. We think that will be the cadence as we go. And then we'll be doing that once a month instead of these Monday events. So this will be our last Monday. So we love you guys. We appreciate you. We want to add insanely valuable content every time we meet with you. And so this gives us a chance to really put on a great show once a month. And then our February event, session 1, that's going to be held virtually. If you do want to come to Salt Lake and hang out, I know some of you have already bought your plane tickets. That's totally fine. You can come and be with us. We'll have a few people. Just hit me up. If you've already purchased your plane ticket, maybe you can come stay at my house. You can be there live in the room. No big deal. We're just not hosting a big event with dinners and all those things. But we will do our first event will be in May, will be the live event. We'll release those dates shortly. And we'll probably do May and then another one in the fall, our 2 live events, and then our kind of November, December will be another virtual event.
So. Weather's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Where the weather's perfect, there's, who cares if you get.
Don't have to worry about missing flights.
Yep.
Still for holidays to compete with. Hi, Olive.
Say hi.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Did I miss anything on the events? We're going to be having more vendor involvement. We're going to be really separating the academic side from the business side. And so you'll see more continuing education opportunities. And I think it's going to be really fun. We'll have a little different energy coming up in 23.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it, and I think it's going to really help our clients and help you guys all with just better content on those once a month. You're going to get some of the best content, well organized, well thought out, and based on what you guys need. I think this is just taking everyone's feedback on these weekly webinars. I think it's going to be a really big game changer for everyone on better implementation, better content, and just be able to take it and run with it. You can also get your other team members on there and other things that are. I think it'll just really help accelerate what you're already doing. Well, yeah, let us know if anyone has any questions on those. It sounds like Reagan's got a place at his house. If you already got your tickets, you got a free hotel room, it sounds like. Thanks, Reagan.
You got it. Well, you may be kicked out, buddy.
So I know. You're giving my room away.
I have a guest room. Someone could sleep over.
Love it. Awesome. Okay. Well, really appreciate you guys. And we will see you. Our next webinar will be January. And
we're officially taking our holiday break.
Yay. All right, you guys, take care, everybody.
All right, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, Reagan Archibald here. I hope you enjoyed the Go Wellness show and maybe learned a couple things you could apply to your practice. If you're a healthcare entrepreneur who wants to work in an academic think tank with like-minded humans who are just like you, looking to provide better service, better quality of care for your patients, reach us at info@gowellness.com and we're happy to do a free practice analysis for you.